Thank you all for joining us today for our bridge bundling DBE webinar. We appreciate the opportunity to speak with you on this relatively innovative program that we're establishing for helping Illinois DOT establish. We have a state program that's already in place, and we're going to expand that to off-system structures. These are IDOT delivered and funded structures, even though that they're not on the system, and these are federally funded projects. The IDOT Bureau of Project Delivery is leading this effort, and we are moving forward with the program because of the positive impacts from the state program. We're looking at expanding this to these off-system structures. I'm going to go ahead and dive into the presentation. The meeting is being recorded. For questions, you have an ability to ask questions through the chat, and we also have some survey questions to give you an opportunity to provide us with some important feedback that we're looking to get from this webinar. The off-system this off-system bundling webinar is catered to DBEs. There's a lot of the same information we've shared with the industry webinar that occurred on January 21st, but there are some unique information that we want to share with you during today's webinar. We're going to have an overview of the Illinois bridge bundling overview. We're going to talk about the Office of Business and Workforce Diversity and their role in DBE compliance. We have a guest speaker from ABNA Engineering. We have polling questions that I mentioned just a little while ago, and then we're going to wrap up with next steps. The innovative, we're going to start out with talking a little bit about the Innovative Project Delivery Office. IDOT Bureau. IDOT continually seeks innovative solutions to meet growing transportation needs. It was created in 2016, and it looks for opportunities, takes suggestions, and looks for other opportunities to advance alternative delivery as a solution for specific needs from IDOT and from the public. What is bridge bundling? It's bundling multiple structures to go through phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 engineering and construction as a bundle, allowing design teams and contractors to utilize efficiencies. And bridge bundling takes advantages of economies of scale and applying labor and materials to the project in a more efficient manner. If you can design bridge elements, a limited number of bridge elements that would apply to all of the structures in the bundle, then you have an opportunity to create greater efficiencies in the design. For example, in construction, you've got an opportunity to cover and have resources applied to a bundle of structures rather than individual structures. We're sensitive to proximity of these structures in order to increase that efficiency opportunity. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a little bit. What is innovative project delivery and what methods are available to IDOT? IDOT has the regular design bid build program that's served them well and has done a tremendous job in terms of the delivery of transportation infrastructure in the state. Through the P3 Act and through alternative contracting methods legislation, we have CMGC and Design Build Authority in addition to that. The contracting relationship is different, as you notice. For CMGC, it's similar to design bid. I mean, um, in that the contractor is brought on early and they provide input into the delivery of the final design. It's got more of a contractor's perspective on that design to increase efficiency and many features associated with the project. Design build puts that designer and the a builder together as a team, and they provide either a upfront hard bid, a firm bid or firm price for the work, or they could advance the development of the design and of the project so that it is more efficiently delivered. And then at a later point, they provide a price, either a guaranteed maximum price or a firm price for the work to be completed. There are several U.S. Bundling programs in the United States. The federal government did a survey of bundling programs across the United States, and these are primarily from that report that FHWA put together. And these are the states, Florida, Georgia, Iowa, Kentucky, and Nevada have programs. And so we have an opportunity to take advantage of something that has been done before. We're not the first to market in terms of this program. There has been a lot of success with the bundling. And the difference between this program, this bundling program, and bundling that has been done by IDOT in the past, when they looked at a project, we're not looking at just a project and seeing where a project could take advantage of multiple structures being included in a single, letting and development. We're looking at where are the opportunities to take structures that are in close proximity with one another and going out and getting those structures, at least that part of that corridor, in better shape. And maybe that's all it needs. So program are consistent with the state program, which has been developed it was rolled out in 2022, including improving the safety, expediting the delivery, improving connectivity through structures that aren't load posted or have some other kinds of restrictions on them, either through the design or through just the wear on the structure, improving the condition of the overall bridge inventory, ensuring financial stewardship. We're trying to deliver more work in the near term, and that is the efficient use of public funds. We also hope that the economies of scale that I mentioned earlier lower the cost. And we also hope that we create new opportunities and work experiences for DBEs to grow and thrive. This is another program in addition to the existing programs. This is not taking away from the other programs. This is an additional program because of the funding availability through the IIJA. IDOT, as I mentioned, IDOT has implemented a bundling program in 2022. There are 14 bundles going through the phase 1 and phase 2 engineering process. There's 57 structures in those 14 bundles. Their bundles are located in the districts of the 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the plan is for these to go to letting starting in 2026. Off-system bridge program funding source is going to be coming from FHWA through IDOT for 100% of the federal funding. The counties, the townships, the municipalities will not be providing any kind of non-federal match. This program is dedicated by FHWA to help these types of owners for the delivery of needed rehabilitation or replacement of structures. Also be an additional program, in addition to bundling, there's also going to be an additional standalone program to deliver just individual structures that don't make sense being a part of a bundle. They could have unique characteristics that could take longer, have more risk of this impacting the schedule or the cost. And we would rather have those structures be moving forward as individual structures. It makes the most sense because if you have a structure in a bundle that would compromise the schedule for the entire bundle, that's really counterproductive to the bundling program. We want to deliver more structures in the near term through this program. So that doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense for IDOT, and it doesn't make sense for the counties and the municipalities and the townships. That's just not a winning combination. We want to improve the number of structures being delivered in the near term through this program. Anticipate to complete more projects in less time at lower costs. We anticipate to leverage increased funding to deliver more projects and create new innovative opportunities for DBE engagement and growth. We can continue to do the individual structures and do the complete design and the traffic control and the construction oversight for each individual structure, but that would give us what we have today. The overall inventory of structures is aging. There's a lot of need out there, especially for these off-system, county, city, township-owned structures. And so this is just, there is so much potential good that can come from this program, and it's been needed for a long time. Off-system structure bundling process. This is just a quick overview of what the process included. Step one, we confirmed the criteria to apply. How are we going to decide what structure makes the most sense to be part of a bundle? We've done that in the state program. Now we modified it based on input we received from the state program, and we're applying it to this off-system program. We developed a screening tool. We've gathered data from the bridge inventory database. It's called the ISIS database. That's the IDOT maintained bridge database. Districts and local governments are currently reviewing, validating, and providing additional information to make sure that those structures that we've identified from the database screening process make sense and as being candidates for bundling. After we finish establishing these bundles, after we have candidates for bundling, then we can move on to step 5, and that's to identify the bundles. We're going to be using a variety of different scenarios, to try and find out the highest priority, most impactful bundles for counties. We're also concerned about equity across the state, so that's going to play a factor into the process. So that's why it's not a real clear-cut, easy way of just saying, okay, here are the bundles. It's going to take some thinking through what makes the most sense based on the unique structures that are in each of the bundles. As I mentioned, we use the IDOT's bridge inventory database, and we went straight to the database, and we took out all the structures that are in pretty good shape. And first, all of the structures that are on system. These are off-system structures and only off-system structures. So we could remove all of those from the screening process. In the screening process, we remove the structures that don't meet poor condition requirements. We want to have structures that have issues with regards to their condition or their water adequacy. Are they load posted, or do they have characteristics that allow them to be more straightforward? Are they relatively short? Relatively simple in design and layout, curved structures, curved girders, that kind of stuff. The counties and the locals validate the existing data. That's what we're doing now, as I mentioned, and they'll provide the additional data that we need in order to being finalized. You know, the counties are going to weigh in and look at them to make sure that they're comfortable that these bundles make sense from their perspective and from the local stakeholder perspective. And in addition to that, the counties are obviously in this current step, they're looking at they can even add structures to this list of candidates. IDOT needs to know a little bit more about why they should be considered, but they can add structures to the list of candidate structures. We have with regards to DBEs, we have a program goal to create, these opportunities for this program to be beneficial to the DBEs. Just right off the surface, even if this is just handled exactly like any other program, FHWA funded program or participating program, we've got a lot of opportunity here. As I mentioned earlier, this program is in addition to the current programs that FHWA and IDOT have available. So you are looking at a new set of projects and a new set of opportunities. And we're going to have someone talking a little bit with Abe Adewale with ABNA Engineering that's going to tell you about his experiences with bundling. And we're going to evaluate challenges currently faced by DBEs. We're going to ask you some polling questions and try and get some feedback from you on things that we might be able to do in order to improve this program, or more broadly, the IDOT programs in general, to make DBE participation easier from your perspective. We want DBEs to grow and thrive, and that's based on what we've done to date, and that's what we hope to continue through this program, either generally like we treat all the other programs, or through some special modifications that we can build around this one program. We're open to either scenario. The objectives of DBE outreach, it's very important to get feedback from you. So we're going to have a survey that's going to come up on the screen in a little bit, and we're going to try and get some feedback from you. So please try to participate in that. You can do it from your smartphone. You can do it from your laptop or iPad, anything with a screen. We know that we need to connect early and often with DBEs about this potential program. Thank you for participating in this program, but we know that there's a lot of DBEs that aren't on today's webinar, and we want that good word to spread to all the DBEs. So we'll be outreach, through conferences, the today's challenges, tomorrow's rewards conference, and other conferences and other opportunities to talk about this new program, to make sure that DBEs are aware. We're willing to consider more opportunities as well, including, how could we modify project scoring or targeting DBE participation goals and modifying those. Obviously it has to be with FHWA approvals, but we can look at see what we could do if you have good ideas on how we could improve our situation. Now I'm going to turn it over to Anna Ramirez, and she's going to talk about IDOT's OBWD program. Anna.
Thank you, John. My name is Anna Ramirez. Good morning, everybody. I am the Supportive Services Project Manager for Small Business Enterprises. I'm going to speak a little bit about our office and the functions of each unit. Essentially, SBE is broken down between 3 units. You have certification, compliance, and supportive services. We also offer a highway construction careers training program that falls under compliance and supportive services. This is a pre-apprenticeship program into the trades that is offered at 11 community colleges throughout the state. Most of the schools will conduct anywhere between 1 and 2, sometimes 3 sessions a year, depending on the schedules at each school. A few of the requirements for their program include being 18 years or older, having a valid driver's license, having either a high school diploma or a GED, and being able to pass a drug screen. Some of the areas that they will be trained in are highway construction related skills, mathematics for the trades, job site readiness, carpentry, blueprint reading orientation, introduction to tools, forklift operations. You will get OSHA 10 certified, and we offer life skills as part of the courses. Again, these are offered at 11 different community colleges throughout the state. I will include my information in the chat at the end of my presentation. If you have more questions or would like more information on this program, please reach out to me. A little bit about each of our units within SBE. First, with certification, this is the unit that processes all of our certification applications that come in for DBE, for your DBE certification. Once we receive your application, usually the standard timeline is about 90 days from a complete application. Of once it is submitted with all documentation that is needed, the 90-day window will start. That 90-day can run anywhere between 90 and 120 days. Once you are assigned an analyst for your application and they are reviewing it, they will set up an on-site interview with the owner of the firm. They will come out to you and ask you questions about the services your firm provides and just get some background on your business in general. Once you become DBE certified, there is opportunities to expand your work categories, and this is called a work category expansion. You will work with your analyst who did process your actual DBE application, and they can work with you on adding work categories to your certification. Once you are approved as a DBE, we have a directory called the Illinois UCP directory, and this houses all DBEs that are certified in the state of Illinois, including our sister agencies, Metra, PACE, CTA, and City of Chicago. It's one directory that houses all of them, which makes it easier for primes to be able to go out and find DBEs to sub out work for on their projects. Certification also does a little bit of follow-up monitoring, and they meet and follow all the federal and state guidelines as it relates to the program. For supportive services, that's my unit. We offer DBE assistance once you become certified. We also have consultants throughout the state of Illinois that are free of charge to our DBEs to use for certification, management, and technical assistance. If you are not certified yet as a DBE, I highly recommend getting in touch with one of our consultants throughout the state to help you fill out and get all the supporting documentation together for your DBE certification. As far as management assistance goes, that involves business planning, software assistance, credit restoration, those type of things we offer free of charge as well. And for technical assistance, that includes estimating and bidding help, site inspection, pre-qualification, and equipment rate help. Supportive Services also has a reimbursement program where DBEs who are certified with IDOT can get reimbursement on some of their costs that include maybe membership costs, website design, estimating software purchases, financial software purchases. These can be reimbursed up to 50%. All you have to do once you become certified is reach out to myself or someone in the supportive services unit, and we can help you get that process started. We are also in the process of revamping our business development program. This program is a way for DBEs to get help and receive thorough business analysis, customized trainings, and other resources that may be eligible for reimbursement from the reimbursement program. Again, we are revamping this, and we are hoping to have this up and going soon. As far as our compliance unit is the unit that actually reviews all of the U plans for each letting and each contract that has a goal. They review the contract goals, they review goal modifications. There is staff who go out into the fields to ensure that DBEs are actually out on the job sites doing the work that they were approved to do. They track all the final payments when it comes to paying our DBEs and all of our subs, and they are the ones who process and analyze the reconsideration hearings. And that deals with if a goal is not met by a prime contractor on a job, they submit a good faith effort. If the good faith effort is not approved by our unit, they have an opportunity for a reconsideration hearing, and that is what that is. For supportive services, we also have 10 resource centers throughout the state. These are in each district. They are an area in where if you do not have access to a computer, printer, large scale printing, Wi-Fi, or just need some help as far as maybe next steps, these resource centers are for you to be able to go to free of charge. You would reach out to your local district contract compliance officer. They can help schedule an appointment with you. They can meet with you and help you with whatever you are needing help with. A little bit more about our bureau. Brandy Phillips is currently our director of the Office of Business and Workforce Diversity, and Deborah Lee is currently our bureau chief of small business enterprises. I do want to make two notes. Our supportive services section, we put on an annual conference every year. It's called Today's Challenge, Tomorrow's Reward. This conference is geared towards primes and DBEs to get together for 2 days and network with each other, learn more about different industry practices. There are sessions for 2 days with lots of different topics to attend. We have an awards luncheon, motivational speakers, keynote speakers, and that is held in February. This year, it is February 26th and 27th at the Crown Plaza in Springfield, Illinois. I am going to link the registration link in the chat as well. If you have not registered or are interested in attending, the conference is free of charge as well. And I will add that link to the chat as soon as I am complete. One other note I wanted to mention is I know that there are quite a few questions regarding the executive orders that were put into place by the new administration. As far as our office is concerned, it is business as usual right now until any further guidance is given to us by USDOT. We will continue to comply with all of the federal regulations currently in effect. We are still processing DBE applications. There are still goals on our contracts, and nothing has changed as of this moment. So please keep that in mind. And as we do receive more guidance from USDOT and FHWA, we will certainly communicate that with our personnel and industry partners.
Thanks, Anna. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Now
Thank
we're
you.
gonna now we're gonna talk. We're gonna hear from Abe Adewale with Abna Engineering, who's going to talk a little bit about his experiences with bundling. Abe.
Good morning. Abe Adewale with Abna Engineering. Very excited to be here this morning. We've been around, or I've been around for about 37 years. 10 years of that was with IDOT DA. And we were founded back in 1994. So it's been going on 30 years. Abner has been involved with IDOT. So a lot of the clients that we work with include the Illinois DOT, the Tollway, Missouri DOT, Cook County, a variety of municipalities between Illinois and Missouri. And of course, we work with a variety of consultant firms. And we typically do bridge work for a variety of bridge types, urban and rural bridges, off-system bridges like we're talking about today, bridges over single span, double span, over streams, over roadway crossings. A lot of bridge reconstruction work with both IDOT and the tollway, and rehabilitation and redeck of structures. As John has intimated earlier, there are certainly a lot of advantages and some challenges with this type of program. Advantages for those of you who understand that getting in to be consultants with a lot of the counties